Do you ever think about what happens to your food when you eat it? This video will briefly demonstrate what happened to meat or protein-rich foods as we eat them. Additionally, we will talk about what happens when we consume too much proteins. Essentially, we will talk about the process of deamination. Imagine you are at your favorite restaurant ordering your favorite meal. It is mouth-watering to think about all the great foods and treats. Whether it is your favorite nice crispy fried chicken or that juicy succulent steak. Wow, imagine that sweet savory spicy fish, not to mention that buttery grilled lobster tail. That is definitely mouth-watering. Thinking about food makes my mouth watery. Let us dash some spice and pepper and enjoy the goodness of our food. As we chew, the meat breaks down in tiny bits and pieces, and then pass from the mouth to the stomach through the esophagus in ball called bolus. The bolus will passage through the esophagus by a process called peristalsis. The bolus of food when reached the stomach will churn in a pool of acid and enzymes. The stomach is like an acidic lake where meat is melted by hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid can burn the skin, but the stomach has special walls lined with mucus that prevent the acid from burning through the stomach. In the stomach, the proteins from the meat turn into polypeptides by the action of the enzyme pepsin. Coming from the stomach, the polypeptides are dumped into the small intestine. The polypeptides will undergo the final stage of protein digestion by turning into amino acids. Polypeptides are turned into amino acids by the enzyme trypsin. When the digestion of proteins is completed, the amino acids will be absorbed by the villi. These are small finger-like projections that covered the walls of the small intestine. The villi increase the surface area of the small intestine for effective absorption. Before absorption takes place, the amino acids in the small intestine move towards and between the villi. As the amino acids concentrated around the villi, they diffuse into the capillaries of the villi. Once the amino acids are in the capillaries, they will be transported to the liver by the hepatic portal vein. Amino acids will be sent to the cells where they will be turned into proteins and used for repair, growth, and development. Amino acids turning into proteins is necessary to make new cells for us to grow. For this reason, younger children need protein-rich food for their growth and development. Proteins in our diet are good for our health. However, what if we consume too much proteins and produce too much amino acids? If this should happen, then the excess amino acids will be processed in the liver, and the portion that the body cannot handle will be excreted. The excess amino acids will be broken down into two parts. One part will turn into carbohydrates that will be used to produce energy. The second part will be deaminated and produce a poisonous substance called ammonia. The ammonia will then react with carbon dioxide to produce a less poisonous substance called urea. The urea will then be sent to the kidneys for excretion. For the urea to be excreted, it turns into urine, which is a mixture of urea, salts, and water. As soon as the bladder is filled with urine, you cannot resist but to rush to the bathroom to tinkle. Next time when you urinate or tinkle, please note that you are excreting urea, salts and water, which is a way of getting rid of excess proteins. Thank you for stopping by, and do know that we truly appreciate you watching. Your help in liking, subscribing, and sharing this video will definitely help us. Thank you again.